on your close-up to introduce where we are and what we're doing today, please.
Okay, good. Ready?
This is your close-up.
Yeah, cool.
You might want to tell them we shoot back there. I hear people talking. He's there?
Oh.
Sounds like he's back there.
So Megan, to open the show, we're going to open the show on Dane Studios. We're going to open the show on this camera. We'll close the show out on this camera, and everything in between.
But I want to open on my close-up.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
That's what.
Yeah.
Is here.
Yeah, good. Ready?
All right, silence on set, please.
Where are we now? Tell me about your world. I step into your world and I'm already speechless, but I want to hear about it from your own mouth.
Well, we're live from Dane Studios. This is where everything that inspires us becomes a reality. So we want to make music, we make music. We want to make a movie, we make movies. We want to make a book, make a book, a clothing line, and so on and so forth. I have an app, a streaming service, Dane Studios, and a television network, DTV. And the thing that's different about us is we don't outsource, we make everything. And we're creative enough within our collective to do anything anyone else can do. So basically what we try to do is capture culture as it's happening and monetize a certain point of view. And that's one of independence and healthy and fun and love. But anything can happen here. If you can think it, if you can visualize it, then we can make it a reality. But it has to be fun.
Wow. So you are a star. You know that. You walk into a room and you brighten up the room. But
I'm about to blush. Thank you.
But not many stars are willing to shine their light on another, let's call it, star and make them brighter. You did. You made Jay-Z. What made you be willing to share your brightness?
In that moment, that's what was inspiring me, the lifestyle we were living, and he was the one that was articulating it. So he was more or less the spokesperson for our life, and that's what I've always found the best way to monetize. Like, I always monetize whatever I'm doing for free. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then I learned how to package it up, and put it out, and sell it for a certain price. So, it wasn't just him, it's a couple of people that were around, but it was just about, if I see a certain thing, I'm not waiting for someone else to recognize what it is. I just make it happen, and then I deal with it later. At the end of the day, it's really because even though I have to spend money, and I like to spend money, and I like to have nice things, I really don't care about money. I just care about having a good, honest time, and making sure the people I love are comfortable.
But one of the biggest struggles that I've been dealing with, and I know a lot of people are dealing with the same thing, is that we're always insecure about sharing our talents, sharing our money, sharing our, sharing.
What's the purpose of that?
Tell me. I want to see it from your perspective. Obviously, you didn't have that fear.
I don't have that fear. I feel that, love is the only currency that counts. And the test is people betray you all the time. The test is when you keep giving love, because love makes me feel good, So it's not about being scared someone's gonna do better. It's like, I'm scared I'm not gonna feel love. You know what I'm saying? So I like to just make sure that when I'm inspired, whoever's around me benefits, that we're all evolving, we're all having a good time in a fair way. And, I feel like that's what protection. And I don't fear anything.
You don't give up on love, do you?
It's why would you? That's the test.
But a lot of people get heartbroken and they're like, we're done with love.
That's part of the game. Loving is exposure. Shit is gonna happen. No matter what in life, someone you love is gonna die. You're gonna feel pain and then you're gonna die. That's inevitable. So in between those times, I'm gonna do as much loving as I can. When I can control what's going on, if it's not about being in jail, it's not about being sick, you know, if I'm not worried about, you know, if I can fix whatever's a problem, then it's not an issue at all. As long as I can breathe, I'm good.
Your
You know.
love died once, but you
Mhm.
found it again.
Yeah.
Tell me about the journey.
I mean, I lost Aaliyah, and before I had met Aaliyah, I didn't think I could fall in love. I didn't know what being in love could feel like, and we fell in love. And she transitioned. But the thing I know is I still feel her, and that's why I know that love is the only currency that counts, because it's the only thing that goes with you when you die. It's the only connection you have with the people that you love. And because of that, I never thought I'd find that kind of love again. But I knew the feeling of in love, and when I was around Raquel and found her, it was the same feeling. I was able to recognize it. And the thing about Aaliyah is, she was, still is the illest star, coolest star, biggest star of all time. Which means when you're a big star like that, you on the road a lot. You have a career to run around. We didn't get to spend that much time together. So, and the times we did spend together were precious. So with Raquel, it's like she has every star quality. She's a professional at everything. She paints, she takes pictures, she's good at everything at a professional level. But she's with me every day. We do everything together. Our careers combine. So what I've learned to do is not only, when I have a career with someone I love, so it always feels like a date. The thing about work is it should be like you have to be able to identify your dream. And when you're working at your dream, it shouldn't feel like work. And because it's your dream, you enjoy it so much, you do it so good that you're better at it than everyone else. And it should never feel like work. So I think people don't identify their dreams. So when I do talk to people, the smartest, the most intellectual people, like, I'm a part of something called the OSG Network, which is 90 black principals all over the country and the world. And they have answers for everything. But the only thing that stops them in their tracks is I say, what are your dreams? Selfish. What's your dream? And the thing that people don't understand about a dream is, number one, it doesn't cost $1 to dream. So why not dream? And if you are gonna dream, why dream small? That makes no sense. And the thing about a dream is if you could visualize it and think about it for more than a minute and a half, it becomes a manifestation. And if you can be with like-minded people that have the same vision and dream as you, that energy becomes focused and it realizes itself a lot faster.
What does OSG stand for?
Off school grounds.
So off school grounds.
The principals meet up off school grounds to talk about education and curriculum. Because a lot of the curriculum is meant to control us. Like, do you notice in school they never teach you how to have money?
Oh yeah.
How to pay taxes, how to pass laws, how to grow food.
They don't teach you how to dream either.
They don't know how to dream. So how you gonna teach knowing how to dream if you don't know how?
How to dream.
So that's one of the things that has to be taught. Or what I think people don't do, but I always do. I dream big every day. And when my dreams come true, I dream big. And that's what keeps me always going. That keeps me motivated. So if there is a dark place that happens that I can't control, my dreams keep me going forward as opposed to staying backwards. Like, there's no purpose to me of staying in a dark room. There's no reason to be scared. There's no reason to be sad if you can control it. But I think people choose fear. They choose to be worried about everything. They choose the dark side instead of the light. There's a yin and a yang in everything. There's a light and a dark. It's the way you choose and what you get out of it. It's your choice. It's light first, dark last for me.
I gotta address something. You look fantastic, but how old are you?
I'm gonna be 50 in May. But I've been calling myself 50 since I was 45.
So, I know a lot of 50-year-olds, especially in LA, that they don't even believe in love anymore. You know why? Because they had to go through a divorce once or twice, they lost some money, and they completely lost hope in love. And they're just dead bodies walking around, no souls, no spirits. And every time you talk to them, they blame it on the fact that they lost a lot of money, they don't believe in love anymore, and they're just gonna hang out for the rest of their lives and not looking for love. But you're an example of the fact that you were able to find love even though you've been through a lot. Speaking of going through a lot, I don't think anybody has gone through more than you have in your personal life. Help your boys understand how you didn't lose hope in love.
Well, I appreciate what you're saying, but like the things that have happened to me happen to everybody. You know what I mean? But they don't happen to everybody. Like the level that I'm living my life since I've been like as an adult, every dream I've ever thought of has come true. I was a child dreaming about being an entrepreneur, about being a mogul, and I did that when I was in my 20s and did designer and directed. I'm an industry conqueror. So my problems to me aren't even problems. You know, I'm not in jail, I'm not dead, and I'm living a life that most can't even imagine. My problems are people's dreams. So that's the way I approach it. Like I'm diabetic, but I could have something way worse. You know what I'm saying? So the cards that have been dealt to me, I'm like, if I even have the nerve to complain about anything that goes on in my life at this level, it'll be me not appreciating how good my life is. My life is I've had the best life in the whole world. Everybody gets divorced, people die. There's nobody you know that hasn't, you know, been through some kind of a traumatizing situation. No one in life goes through life without any drama or pain or any trauma. Life is meant to be a test. So I look at my test and everybody else's, my shit is play. You know what I mean? Like I come from the jungle and I watched a lot of people die, get killed as a way of life. I didn't have to live that life. I broke a social class at a young age on my terms. I'm first generation money. You know, I've made it so my kids never have to feel the pain that I felt. Like over and over again, to the extent that I'm comfortable having another child, my fifth. Because every single child, you know, the one cycle I wasn't able to break from my other children was the broken home. And I know how much that hurts. So, you know, I was able to protect them from everything but that. But with this child, there's no broken home. So I'm gonna be able to protect him from every trauma that and he will have trauma. Because life is a test. It's about how you react to it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you don't understand. Where I came from, everything that I've got, like, you can never expect pain like losing your girl at a young age. I never saw that coming. But 2 weeks later, 9/11 happened, and the buildings went down, and thousands of people were affected. And they didn't have the life to go back to that I had to go back to. So when that happened, I was like, phew, I can't even be mad. I just have to deal with it. You know? So again, it's a test. It's about narrative, perspective, the way you see things. I don't see things the way people see things. I always find the light. It's never a loss. It's a learning experience.
But it can feel very lonely when you know you're seeing things from a different perspective. When you know all the feelings you feel are deeper than what others feel.
I don't care about others. I care about the people I love. It's not lonely at all if you're confident who you are. And I'm never alone. You know what I'm saying? So there are always people that are inspired by what I do. For longevity. The reason why I'm relevant now is not because of what I did then, it's because of what I'm doing now.
But do you have moments of feeling alone?
Never.
How?
I'm just always full of love and life. You can see it. I document it. You know what I mean? Like I was actually talking to Nicolette and Raquel about it, and I was asking about depression because I've never felt it. So I'm not saying I haven't been upset. I was like, how long does depression last? Like, what means depression? And it lasts over and over again. I'm like, really? Like, I don't like being upset. So as soon as I'm upset, I get it off my chest, and then I go make myself happy. It's not logical to me to stay upset if I'm healthy. You know? But yet, everybody I know takes pills to escape. Everyone's depressed. And the reason why is because they're scared, they're not free, they think they are, but they're not, and it's just the narrative. But for me, I'm diabetic. There's something called diabetic depression. I don't have that. There's people like, you know, that everyone I know that's famous, that's diabetic, hides it. I've always thought it was like strength. I stab myself in the leg every day. Some people, or most people, when they get diabetes, they look at it like, oh, why me? Because I thought I had something way worse, I've been celebrating the fact that I had diabetes instead of what I thought I had every day since I was 15.
Wow.
I just don't see any bad in anything. You know, people cheat. I'll be like, all right, I got to learn from that. That got presented to me so I don't get burnt out of something way bigger. But everybody's going to get it.
But there's going to be something that makes you feel grounded. What is that?
Grounded?
Uh-huh.
What do you mean grounded? I think I'm grounded all the time.
You are, but what is the anchor?
My girl, my children humble me. You know what I'm saying? They're not. You got to realize is when you're around people every day, you're not famous to them. You know what I'm saying? Like people around me are used to me. They argue with me. They talk to me all kind of way. My kids, you don't even understand. They don't even know why people think they're like, why are you famous? They don't listen to my knowledge. You know what I mean? It's humbling being around my family and the people I love. You're not famous to the people that love you and that you love. You're not famous to them. And that's who I'm around all the time.
So guys, I need to pull myself together for a second to
You gotta get your
digest all
life
these
together.
beautiful things. We'll be back after the commercial break. Wow. Come on. You're amazing. You almost made me cry, so that's why I had to stop it.
And it's such so true. As
Can I
well.
have some tissues?
Yes.
Oh no, I have. It was nice. I felt it.
I think I put a tripod in that one.
I was gonna grab a tripod too.
You come out the break, Megan, now.
How long is this break?
Is this show syndicated?
How long is it?
Or like, is this like a show that you buy and you get the ads?
Yeah, so right now we have our own segment every Saturday.
So it's you buy the time?
Yeah, and then we will scale it down.
What time do you buy?
We have Saturday 11:30 a.m. My 13 o'clock. My 13 o'clock.
How much that cost?
Right now we're spending around 1,500.
And really? For a half hour? And then you have ads? You go get your own ads? You have a sales team?
No, I do my own branding, but no, I have relationships.
Well, you know, I just did that's what I'm doing. I got a doc too. And that's what I'm doing over the air.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. 24 hours. Now that's what I'm doing now. I got a sales team. Shit is the hardest. You don't have a television network without a sales team. But really, it's just syndicating a whole fucking network.
Yeah.
Like I got it's like, you know.
We're still live?
Oh, okay, good. Sorry about that. I talked to business.
Yes, we do after.
So
So
now I
now,
understand.
now when you come back from the break, I want to talk about, I've seen the personal side, good, by the way, beautiful. I now want to get into the whole platform
Yeah, and what
of
you've got
what
on there.
he's doing. Okay, let's put this in perspective, okay? And if I'm wrong, just correct me. This man is not controlling Hollywood, okay? Everyone has a perception when you come to Hollywood, you come to the dream, and then there's all this red tape. He's proven that he's creating his own content amongst all the streaming services that are happening. Everybody's at home. This is something that is massive. Okay, let's transition into the streaming over television, commercials, productions, all these things he's doing.
The book.
And what is this? And also add about the global plan for the international, so we can open up India for those markets.
Sounds great. Actually, can y'all play the in the background? Let's play the streaming service. Let's play the service. Talk about it. Show it. So what commercials you got?
I rep AD Impaired. If you know who they are.
And they do commercials. They're gonna, how much they pay? Very bad. At some point, you recognize something there. The what? Yeah, you're doing good.
Yeah, the little truck you saw me that billboard a while ago. Yeah.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Got it. But I sent you the media kit. Can you make sure you get the media kit?
Emily said something, right?
I should have said that on time.
Yeah. You just have to.
Why you can't give me no ads? I need some ads.
Yeah, we should figure out.
Brian?
All right.
One sec.
Y'all ready?
Yes. Yes, still rolling.
You need to,
Sure, still still rolling.
Yeah, make this all about the network.
Yeah, got it.
Vision, what it's going. To me, this is, I downloaded it. And
Oh, I know. I'm at the gallery and we just have a little break, so. I have a little. WWDR that's coming for Netflix.
I would put the book. I ordered.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
I
Coming for
ordered one.
Netflix.
let's go.
That would be great, though, Lord.
Tell me how much it costs.
Do something like savage like that.
I will be sad. I'm coming for your neck. Stick them up, man.
So we can't.
How much is one on the show? 125? I need that.
Yeah, because that's the one that's in currently on. So I'm gonna see what else we got.
Where's the one that's right with Boa is and with
That's
that one that I need that one.
All the networks have like stars.
Nah, I need that.
Stars always right across the top of it.
I know he was. He must have punched.
Yeah.
That's the one I want.
But I can tell you, I can do a strategy with
Still not like
with Netflix.
Yeah.
What they've done, they bought the land.
Oh, wow. That is smart.
Yeah.
They went to the landlord.
Liz.
Literally bought the
Smart, smart. For Netflix.
My company was like, I will go on, but it happened.
No, yeah, I totally get it. I can bring that up to the developer. About that.
Let's run and do it.
Because that's definitely what we should have.
Everybody's parents.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's parents.
And we should set up a meeting.
100%, yeah.
No problem. I'll send it back with you. Next time. Go. Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
And Emily,
Definitely.
just for Megan, can you just prep her up?
You said you saw it, right?
Subscribe.
I'll let you know about it.
Yes. So,
I'll do it with you when I'm in the studio.
Yeah, do that.
what other programs are is it out on or down? It's on Google Play and Android. Let's prep Megan.
I don't know if it's live on Apple yet.
Like your thought.
All I know is it's
Thank
live
you.
on Google.
Okay, it's definitely.
It's
so the app is
Governor.
def-
He's here right now. Okay.
I know.
So people can get it on Android, Google Play, Apple coming soon. So the easiest way to do it is just like to look at it like Netflix.
Sure.
To open on your computer, type in your details, you have unlimited options. It's like for everybody. It's important. Instead of like
Did you get it on Netflix?
No, but it's like Netflix. It's like the same structure.
Yeah, the app. Yeah, I downloaded it already.
Oh,
Right now,
yeah.
right now, people have to go to the actual website,
Yeah.
like through a computer.
Got it.
So it's
But I downloaded the app.
On your
On
phone?
Google Play?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's the only place it's available right now.
Yeah.
Outside of the website.
It's gonna take over the world.
Let me go try.
Ooh, still rolling.
You wanna take this drink?
All right.
Welcome back.
This is your boom?
Yes. Boom, 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 boom. Mama chicken.
Boom, boom.
Arnold.
Megan, maybe you're closer. All right, quiet on set, please. Come back.
Ready? Okay. Back with the original OG. So I am very excited that you're relaunching the Dane Dash Studios, and you have all types of content for everybody, right?
Yeah, see, the innovation, two things. One is I make all my own original programming. I don't outsource. I don't license really. It never made sense to me. I was watching Netflix in the beginning and they almost went out of business until they made their own original programming.
Correct.
So basically when you're licensing, you're renting it, you give it back. For that same money, I can make something that will in turn give me residual income, and you could also build a catalog. So it made sense. And it's a point of view, you know, there's like, when you go to like a Netflix, and I just reference them, not because I'm hating on them, it's just, they're the biggest example. Like if I want some gangster shit, there's not that much gangster shit there for me. You know what I mean? I have to go someplace else, like to just one little, and it's not enough. But, you know, for Dame Dash Studios and DTV, it's almost like for people that want to be deprogrammed, you know, that don't want those continuous patterns that tell you you're winning when you're losing and you're losing when you're winning. You know, that are teaching you, that are empowering you.
So they're
that
gonna
are
help
telling
us.
you
You're
the
gonna
truth.
help us unlearn,
Yeah, unprogram.
unlearn.
Because the day you're born, you're programmed to believe certain things. You're programmed to believe you're supposed to go to school and, you know, leave your parents during the day and sit behind a desk for 8 hours straight while people teach you things that you don't need to know as an adult. So again, in sitting with these principles, OSG, what I learned was the average student can only retain 45 to an hour a day if you're lucky from an 8-hour day. So that means classes don't need to be an hour. You know, they need to be 15 minutes to 20 max. And a lot of the stuff they're teaching would just make it distract you. Like I understand the pronunciation thing with Latin, but I never needed it. You know what I mean? The history that they're giving me is a lot. No one taught me how to pay taxes. No one taught me how to lobby or pass a law. Nobody taught me how to farm. They don't teach you how to be sustainable. They teach you how to be dependent. And then what do? They tell you that, they program you to think, oh, now you got to go to college, get a loan, and then get a job just so you pay off that loan. And you never ever get to put money into your dreams because you're only trying to survive based on the debt they put on you to keep you there. And I just never bought into that.
All man-made restrictions.
It's all things that are meant to control you, to make a slave think they're free.
Speaking of
Because to me, if
control,
I just work for food and clothes and board, to me that's almost like, well, if I'm a slave, they pay for my food, they pay for my board, they give me clothes, and that's it. So if that's all I have enough to afford, to me, that's how it would feel.
speaking of control, nobody controls you, even though there's a perception that if you're in Hollywood and you're successful and you're a king, it means that you're being controlled by a million different people and you're saying yes to everybody. This man is not controlled by anyone. Dane Dash Studios, not only you produce your own content, you make anything creative. You manifest visualizations, basically. That's
Really,
what I do.
Really, what I do is I pay for what I want to do. So when you get into a business and you have to ask people for money to make your dreams come true, it's no longer your dream. And it's your choice to work with them. So I don't come in the industry and try to fit in and then complain about the reasons why I can't get where I want to go. It's your house. So I'm not going to complain if I build my own house. I'm not going to sit there and worry about you. I'm going to spend that energy worrying about you or trying to make you happy and just investing in me and creating my own industry, and then you can't come in my house. I did it in music, I did it in fashion, I did it in movies, and now I'm going to do it in television. You just have to not be scared. Why do you need them? Why do you want to do it their way? No one there is happy. So yeah, I don't care how much money you have in the bank. If another man can tell you what to do, you broke. Period.
Yeah.
Freedom is what's priceless to me. See, people look at their W's different than I do. I don't look at the amount of money I have in my bank as a W. I look at the way I got the money as the W. If I can still have my nuts, then I'm good. But most people have to get denutitized or decapitated, nut-wise, pause, to get to the place where they consider success. You ain't got your nuts, you ain't got no more success. If you sold out your culture, you don't have success. If you sold your friends out, you do not have success. You have perception of success. And then you have pills to take to make you escape the person you hate, which is yourself.
Wow.
And that's what I don't do. I like to look at myself in the mirror. I feel good alone in the shower. When I revert and I think about the things my girl and my kids seen me do, I'm proud of what they saw and their perspective on me. So I look at other people, I be like, yo, you up under another man for 25 straight years in front of your girl and your kids? What do you think they think of you? And that's what I care about, what they think of me. Am I a full man? Not how big the house is, how big my heart is.
My favorite part of your streaming network.
But my house is decent.
Well, I gotta check that out. The
down.
audience needs to see that for themselves.
Well, you can come see
Are we invited?
You're right.
Okay, we're gonna take your word. I want to
He's
show the
saying
audience
me, I'm
this.
saying you.
Oh, me and the audience.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay,
You
then
can tell
sorry.
me-
I gotta take the invitations anyway.
Yeah, you can tell me your experience, See, that's that narrative thing I be talking about.
I
That's
will
good.
tell you about my experience after. I'll tell my audience about my experience.
Well, what happens, you'll have a lot to show for it. You don't leave my house and come out of it without something.
Wow.
It doesn't happen
Okay, so when can I visit?
tonight.
Done deal. And I'll share it with my audience later.
Well, you can share whatever you want. But most people sign an NDA.
Well, I already did before I even entered the room.
So then we're good. Come on, cool.
My favorite part of your streaming network is the multitasking part. Can we show it to the audience?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Somebody back there? Anybody? So we can just play some original programming and go to the shop. The innovation in this is that while you're watching, you can actually buy what you see.
I love that.
So right now, just for proof of concept, I have it where while you're watching, you can go to the store and buy the socks or buy whatever. But moving forward, the content will be time coded. So individually what you want. So let's say you see these socks, you know what G socks?
My socks, CEO.
Yeah, CEO
I love
socks.
mine.
You press the shop button, and those CEO socks will pop up. You know what I mean?
So this is your merch as well
Yeah.
from
So
OSG.
this
Okay.
This OSG. This is one of their first episodes. This might be the first episode. This is one of these own. But now you can buy the OSG clothes right now.
Wow.
You understand what
But
I'm
like
saying?
you no longer need to do online shopping separately while you're watching something.
You
You
don't
can
have
do
to-
it all on the same screen.
You don't have to disengage.
Yeah.
While you're inspired, you can buy.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And you would think Disney would do this or anyone else, and they will. But remember who did it first.
That's why you're the original OG.
Basically, like I said, people don't know it, but the people y'all listen to listen to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Okay, so my original OG. We're going for the final thought of the day. I want to tell my audience what I personally got out of this interaction, which was a lot, by the way. I need days to digest all of this. But I think there are two things about you that are extremely inspiring and unique. There are a lot of things about you that are unique, but two things really hit me hard. One is the fact that you don't let anyone control the authentic you. You create your own world. It's Hollywood, you create your own Hollywood. It's showbiz, you create your own showbiz. And the second thing is the fact that when you come up with an idea, you're not scared of thinking, oh, maybe somebody else will come up with the same idea. You're like, I'm gonna be the first. Who cares who, if other people are gonna come up with the same idea after me? Let me be the first and they can follow my footprints.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are scared of, they come up with great ideas, but they're like, so many people must have thought of it. Well, yeah, so what?
Yeah, they always look at the bad side. Put holes in their own dream.
What is your final thought of the day?
Just to dream big.
Love that.
When I woke up this morning, I was dreaming of a beautiful face, having intellectual conversation. I visualized it, and then it happened. So I know dreams come true.
Visualize it, go for it, create your own dream world.
It happens rapidly. You'll be surprised. You just have to dream and don't have any price tag when you dream.
Love that.
And then make that your job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I really want to have you back on the show.
I'd love to have you back
Thank you.
in the Dane Dash Studios.
Can't wait.
I mean, we're gonna hook up a little later.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. 1 second, Megan. Are you gonna mention the fact that we're gonna be at the house doing the cooking segment?
Should I?
Yeah.
Can we?
Okay.
Yeah. Emily.